game. Starting to put a rally together in the 7th, and they just carried that over into Saturday.
And Earls to left field. That one gets away from Henry. And Earls will remain at first.
Options with those two at the top of the lineup.
The throw back to first, and they got her. So Ricky Woodard and Texas State win their first challenge of the contest. Base about that. So the count 3-0 now to Piper Randolph. With Earls back at first.
The all-time ranks for Vanderford.
Vanderford gives one a ride to left center, but Peyton Henry makes it look easy. She covers so much ground so quickly, and there is out.
Going to be the one that wants to go ahead and step in and drive the run in.
3-1, and how about this? Base is loaded for Texas State here in the first with only one out. Bass chops one over to third. Scott goes home, snagged by Atwood. Great job as that one was a little bit wide. She hung on. Big 3-run homer against Arizona. Up the middle, Washington bobbled, recovers in time. Oh my, a close play here in the first inning.
State this year, she keeps them in every game. She has the attitude, she has the passion to go with it.
Mia Scott thrown out. Nice play in the hole by Hannah Earls. That one grabbed by Vanderford at third. Pitching and defense is stepping up. It doesn't matter quite as much as we saw last weekend. 2-1 on the way to Stewart. Jammed her a bit. Shallow left. Charging in and making the diving grab is Sydney Harvey. Or out of Victoria, Texas, with an emphatic third out here to end the first in Austin. And she earned Big 12 Pitcher of the Week honors. For that accomplishment, Kat Zarate over to short. Martinez
Able to own about knee height, so that way she can work down.
There is strikeout number 1 of the contest for Gutierrez.
Opportunity for Texas State to take the momentum, and they are very much an energy and momentum team. When they get it, they will run with it. But right now, Citlali Gutierrez.
Phenomenal so far this year. 1-0 to Reese Atwood. Ripped that one past Mullins to center field, and Atwood coming off that.
Throughout season, some streaks of where there were a lot of strikeouts, but then she matched it up with some power.
There's a little bit of power. Ropes one to right. That'll find its way into the corner. Rounding third is Wallace, and Texas is up 1-0 here in the second.
Well, the sophomore drove in the first run in that victory over Oklahoma on Saturday, and she keeps the extra base hits going right down the line. That tucked in right inside the foul line. I actually thought she could have had a triple all the way, but she stopped at second base, obviously advanced when she saw Kat Zarate. Hitters I think I've seen in college softball.
Chops one over to third. Vanderford goes to first, and the run comes in, make it 2-0 Longhorns. So when you look at the pitchers Texas has faced this year, as laying down the bunt is Caden Henry, and the offense just continuing to break through here in the second inning. Is batting .322. That one popped up in the glove of Kellner for the first out.
Drink has really been an unsung hero for Texas for quite a while down there in the bottom part of the line.
Scooped up, Vanderford throws it away. One more run will come in, and Texas extends their lead to 3-0. 2 now in scoring position as Maloney ends up on second.
Allows Texas to score, and Maloney and Henry to move up an extra 60 feet.
Scott pops up. That's now 3 errors in the inning. Face her with the bases loaded. Payoff pitch, and she will face the freshman with the bases full of Longhorns.
And the RBI double. She had a double rob from her with a runner leaving early, but Katie Stewart really starting to heat up here at the later half of the season.
But they get her to pop up with the bases loaded. As of the latest rankings, that one bounced over to Scott. Stewart with the reach, and no, pulled her off.
Many of those were not routine. She had to move her feet and be able to make things happen.
And just like the first inning, Texas State with 2 on and no outs. Both of these batters reached in the first. Earls and now Piper Randolph. Can they take advantage here in the third? A lot of speed on the bases. Chopped over to short. Martinez on to first. And they get the first out of the inning as the runners advance to second and third.
Well, and then you have J.J. Smith in the 6-hole, senior as well. So
Harris scooped it up and nobody was at first, and Texas State is on the board. Stewart and Washington were standing next to each other.
Lineup that works the count against Lali Gutierrez.
Runner is going, cut off wisely by Martinez. Throw over to third, not in time. The runner advancing to second, which was Jones. She is safe. But I tell you what, a lot of teams would get caught there. A left pitch of this at bat on the way. Pass to left field. She delivers. 2 runs will come home, and Texas State has tied it at 3.
Well, this is why that first out of the inning against Hannah Earls is so important. You would have 2 outs here. But Carmen Bass, a great job. That ball even pressure in. That's not necessarily a corner, but she's expecting it. She drives that to left field. Nothing Leanne Good can do with the speed Texas State had on the bases, and the Bobcats have tied for the Bobcats. They come into every game believing that they can win, and they put their best effort forward.
Washington on to first. And this certainly isn't a team that gets intimidated by Texas, as
they are very familiar with each other, so that intimidation factor is absolutely not in play for Texas State.
Atwood on to third. Oh, not in time. Bass just slid in there safely. Zarate to Washington. And the top half of the third inning comes to an end. We'll get Rookie Woodard's thoughts on her team.
Comes back, has her back, and says, hey, we can put up 3-2. And when you have experience with 9 seniors.
On the count, 3-1 to Vivi Martinez. We'll just be happy for Mullins out there.
Right. Well, and I think there you see a walk to Vivi Martinez. And
Martinez on the season. First, it's Mitchell backhanded in the hole by Earls. On to first. Nice stretch by J.J. Smith to get the out.
She doesn't have to be hitting on all cylinders offensively to make the most of her opportunities in a game.
Zarate on to first. Texas gets 1 base runner, and that's all still tied. We'll
just hit a ball to get up in the hole.
And she loops it over Washington, who was technically the second shortstop on that play.
Long away both at bats.
So Texas State with the go-ahead run on at first. Here's Megan Kellner, the catcher, drops down the bunt check, fires it over to first. Out number 1 as Harvey advances to second. Earls bounces one over to Scott, on to first. And they do get her 2 away now. Where's trying to put her team in front of number 1 Texas here in the 4th. Sends one into foul territory. Scott is there for the grab. So the Bobcats get a leadoff single, and that is all.
The fact that they did drop 2 of 3 to Oklahoma State the weekend before, and OU only has 3 losses.
Third. Vanderford scoops it up, and that one hit Maloney.
Tremendous. She's impactful, not flashy.
Pokes one over to Earls. She has been a machine at short, but the speed of Scott beats out the throw. In the 5-4 loss in 9 innings. Vanderford leaps up for that one. The throw back to first, not in time. Ricky Woodard wins both of her challenges tonight, and a huge out ends the fourth inning. Remember, for a while, she was out of softball. Kristen Zaleski became a bail bondsman, juvenile detention officer, as Vanderford flies out to Bella Dayton and left.
And correctional officer, she went all in on it.
Texas State swinging away. Couple of flyouts to Bella Dayton. The other defensive change for Texas, by the way, Dayton to left. Great weekend against the Sooners, but issues the 2-out walk here to Bass.
Well, after pounding the zones.
Lifts one to right center field. Maloney charging in and makes the grab. No, it falls out of her glove, and here comes Bass, and Texas State has jumped in front.
Well, this is a sky-high fly ball right center field. Ashton Maloney coming on, but as she dives, that ball comes out of her glove as it hits the ground. Have to secure it all the way through the play, and that ball pops out. Carmen Bass with 2 outs is on the run.
Maloney, who made a great diving grab against Oklahoma, is one of the best fielders on the team. That one off the glove of Scott and caught by Martinez. How about that play to end the inning? And a leadoff walk. Jessica Mullins, this is a line you don't see from her too often. Now 4 walks tonight and just 1 strikeout, and she's winning.
One play, but coaches coming together, and
that one sent to shallow center field, and it will drop in front of Randolph. Texas with 2 on and no outs here in the 5th.
well, I like this move for a number of reasons, and it might be shocking to people because a lot of times Ricky Woodard will live and die by Jessica Mullins.
Vanderford on to first, not in time. Texas will have the bases loaded. A dribbler over to short. Earls has to hurry on to first. They get 1 out, but Texas has tied it up at 4. Interesting, Earls didn't even think about trying to go for the force at home. Runners on second and third. That one gets away from the catcher, Kellner, and Texas retakes the lead 5-4. A wild pitch for the freshman Azua allows Texas to jump back in front.
Oh, this pitch, a rise ball out of the zone and just off the glove of Kellner there.
And then gives up a base hit to Caden Henry. Texas extending their lead.
Well, you don't know what would have happened, and you can play the what-if game, but Coach Ricky Woodard, one, needs her freshmen to have experience in these big games, but Caden Henry going with that curveball extremely well in the 5-6 hole, able to drive in the 6th run for the Longhorns, moving forward in the Sun Belt and postseason.
Swing and a miss. Henry is going to throw on to second. Caden Henry safe with a stolen base. Her career has come up with some huge pinch hit at bats throughout her time here in Texas. Skies that one to deep center, and that is all. But Texas retakes the lead, scoring 3 here in the 5th.
Out of the lineup. Yeah, got to see them last night in San Antonio, and still just trying to find a consistent groove, I think. Estelle Check would match up nicely together, being righty-lefty, both with some off speeds that look a little different. But it is, you'd have to commend Estelle. Just had the one big blow, and that's when you know your pitching staff starting to come together, is when your relief roles can come in and buy into that.
Martinez was there, a 1-2-3 inning recorded by Check. Mitchell drove in a run as well. Texas also the beneficiary of 3 Texas State errors. And the leadoff hitter, Leah Scott, first place votes.
Well, the strength of schedule, the success against that strength of schedule, all of that plays a factor. Great play by Sarah Vanderford on that ground ball by Leanne Good. A nice back.
You're going to add Texas and Oklahoma to that list as well.
The battle for the SEC in the future is going to be very interesting.
Went through some ups and downs early. Atwood over to the third, Vanderford. And here we go, 7th inning on the way. The Longhorns who's trying to shut the door. Piper Randolph lays down the bunt, and with her speed, she will beat that out. Nobody touched it. Maybe they thought it would roll foul. Regardless, the tying run will come up to the plate. Lifts one to center. Henry, a long way to go, but makes the run for out number 1.
Track, because she was running for a while for that one.
Anna Jones over to second, on to second for 1, over to first. And we play on, 2 away here in the 7th. Coming up from check. Poked over to second, and Texas closes out Texas State here in the 7th with a 6-4 victory. The Longhorns improve to 32-6 on the year.